We got the best in the West versus the best in the East. We got the Thunder and we got the Cavs, man. Let's talk about it. So it's your boy Dolo J. I'm back. It's been 5 months since I, did a video. I believe the last video I did was the DeMar DeRozan trade. But since then, a lot has transpired in my personal life. I have, tragically lost my older brother, the only brother that I had. You know what I'm saying? August 16th, 2024, I tragically got a call that my brother had been found basically deceased. And we don't know how long he been there or pretty much what happened. We really ain't trying to get into all that. But few of you that reached out to me on Facebook with your well wishes and stuff like that, I really appreciate y'all. And, it was hard for me to do this again. I never really envisioned myself making another video or, even trying to watch stuff to even try and talk to you all about it because it's hard. And my brother was my number one fan with everything I was doing involved in this, whether it was the podcast or just doing channels or whatever YouTube sports related thing I was trying to do. He was always my number one fan. And sometimes when you lose your number one fan, it's kind of hard for you to see a way to keep going. But I feel like I would be doing his name, his honor, his life a disservice if I didn't continue to do what he would want me to do and what I want to do and what my dream is. So with that being said, I'm back. Don't know how consistent I'm going to be now. I just started watching hoops maybe like a week ago. You know what I'm saying? I just got over that initial hurdle it was for me to even just watch games and now just talk about them. And now I can hopefully keep building, get to a point where we just make a wholesome community where we just chill, kick it, and talk hoops, man. But that's enough about me. Let's get on to this banger of a game we had. The Cavs ended up beating the Thunder's 15-game regular season. I'm going to emphasize that regular season winning streak because they did end up ultimately losing in the second annual NBA Cup. So that doesn't count towards the standings, though. But 15-game regular win streak. I believe the Cavs were on a 10-game win streak of their own. I believe each team was undefeated versus the opposing conference. So the Cavs were undefeated, I believe, against Western Conference teams, and Thunder were undefeated against Eastern Conference teams, if I'm correct on that. But the score ultimately ended up being 122 to 129 in the Cavs' favor. Mobley and Allen were the stars of the show. 21 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists for Evan Mobley. Being aggressive, ducking to the front of the paint, grabbing offensive rebounds, putbacks, being stellar on the defensive end, blocking shots, changing shots, altering shots, you know what I'm saying? And doing his best to try and stay in front of J-Dub and Shea and also deal with Hartenstein and them boys in the paint. Allen, boy. I don't know what got unlocked in Jared Allen this game, but that boy went crazy. 25 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists. Garland did his thing, 18 points, 7 assists, had some timely buckets. I believe he had the floater to ice the game for the Cavs. Donovan Mitchell was struggling. I believe he missed his first 6 or 7 shots from the field. Didn't get his first field goal till he got that crazy dunk when he went through the lane, going into halftime. But that was his first field goal. And I think his second field goal was like some type of step back 3 in the third or maybe in the fourth quarter. But I believe he only made 3 field goals this entire game. 11.6 rebounds, 4 assists. The Cavs had 7 total players in double figures. Ty Jerome had him a heck of a start. I want to say it was the beginning of the fourth maybe when he came in, or it might have been the third, midway through the third, beginning of the fourth. He came in and did his thing. Matt Strus knocked down 5 threes. Matt's going to do his thing. And he was guarding, being aggressive. Now, as far as like what I like from the Cavs was, and I've seen this a lot when the Thunder have played because I watched the game against the Celtics and also watched the game against the Knicks. What teams, going against the Thunder like to do is, what I've seen is they run 2 bigs. I mean, the Cavs run 2 bigs, regardless of who they play. But they run 2 big, a 2 big lineup, basically 2 7-footers maybe, and, they try and dry our heart. They try to basically distract them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they might send one down and then the other 7-footer cut right behind him. And, our heart can't play both of that. If he does, that's just a lot from one 7-footer to another. Easy dunk. because they try to take advantage of the Thunder. Basically, I wouldn't call them undersized, but their lack of height presence in the paint, if that makes sense. But basically, you know what I'm saying. Ours the only 7 footer they have. Chet is still out. I think he's been out for the last 2 months. I seen a clip of him when he fell and fractured his hip. So get well soon, Chet. It's gonna be real scary to see how these boys roll with Chet if they went on a 15-game winning streak without him. You know what I'm saying? So, but SJ still did his thing. 31 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. He had 5 turnovers though. 5 turnovers. J Dub had an amazing game. I think this is the first time he scored over 20 in the last 5-6 games possibly. 25, 9 assists, 5 rebounds. He also had 3 turnovers. Yeah, 3 turnovers. Allhart did his thing. 18 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists, flirting with a triple double, basically being that offensive. I wouldn't say offensive hub, but being that that hub in the middle of the paint or doing dribble handoffs or catching somebody cutting back door and stuff like that. That's what Allhart do. Casey Wallace was doing his thing, getting some nice steals, being aggressive. I think he knocked down a 3 in the first quarter, but he ultimately ended up with 15 points. And the Thunder, to me, what they lacked was Chet, of course. They need a second guy to help protect the paint and rebound to deal with that. But what they also lack, and I wouldn't say necessarily lack, but what J-Dub hasn't became yet is a reliable secondary creator. Like, he can do some stuff. He can create and he can get off and, he can do his thing. But to do it consistently, it was a couple times in the second half, I believe, because the first half, I think he pretty much did his thing, came out aggressive. I think he had like 7 points, maybe 10 points in the first quarter. So he was doing his thing, but in the second half, he started getting a lot more turnovers. Go to drive, ball go off his foot. Go, try and do a move between 2 people, get the ball plucked, try and throw a pass. They were just turning the Thunder over. Shea had 5 turnovers too, which is very uncharacteristic like. I can't say that word. I can't say it. I don't know. Whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. It wasn't within his character. Let's just say that. To turn the ball over that many times. Also, he got into foul trouble very early. He picked up 1 foul in the first, and I believe he picked up 2 quick fouls in the second. No, he picked up 1 foul in the first, 1 foul in the second, and then he picked up 2 fouls in the third. The one where he got 4 fouls was real questionable when he tried to take a charge, I believe, on a floater or whatever, and he was just standing directly in the painted area. So that kind of messes up the Thunder's momentum, basically, to where Shea normally plays the entirety of the first and the third quarter. And then, J-Dub comes in second and fourth, starts it off, and, gets his stuff off until Shea comes. But what ended up happening was Shea got his 4th foul, and then probably with, I believe, like 5 to maybe 4 to 5 minutes left, maybe even 6 minutes left. They took him out of the game, but you have to. You have to take him out so he doesn't get that 5th foul and ultimately sits him for the majority of the 4th. So he came, and it just made J-Dub it felt like it threw the rhythm of how they play off a little bit, because J-Dub was probably used to resting around this time, but he has to come out and create more since Shea's in foul trouble. Iheart was also in foul trouble. He did a little bit better. I mean, you down there banging with Mobley and Allen, so you going to pick up some fouls, because they were being uber aggressive given the fact of the Cavs were at home. That's what I say. It's like the others play. They say role players play better at home. That's what happened. And them 2 boys on that glass and in that paint was working they move. And Allhart was doing the best he could to, try and compete with that, but ultimately it was just too much. It was just too much. Casey Wallace did his thing, like I said. Aaron Wiggins had maybe 11 points. I think he didn't really have the explosive 4th quarter that he had against I believe it was the Knicks or the Celtics. It could be, I can't remember. It could have been both games. No, it was Lou Dort in the 4th quarter of the Celtics game. But in the 4th quarter of the Knicks game, it was Aaron Wiggins. Now, he came out, he hit some timely shots, grabbed some offensive rebounds, some put back some hustle plays. But the Thunder just need that second reliable creator, and maybe, J-Dub hasn't evolved into that. I believe this is only his 3rd season. So he still has time, and I believe over time he can eventually evolve into that. But the Cavs, man. The Cavs, I like their bench. I like the way the team is constructed. I like how they're lowering Donovan Mitchell. They're not trying to. He doesn't have to be Superman anymore. And I like that. He doesn't have to be Superman. I believe in the game yesterday, he was probably the first person. He might have been the first person subbed out. And on the commentary team, basically they were saying how they lowered his minutes and trying, keep him fresh and keep him from doing too much here and there. But which I really like, just preserving your best player and also empowering your other players around him within that. So they kind of do like a Allen and Garland thing where them two are in together, and they just, it's kind of like getting Allen going, Garland getting his within that. And then they'll do the Mitchell and Mobley thing. And then, Donovan is just making sure Mobley get out. He's making sure he get confidence, making sure he get off, bro. Making sure, you know what I'm saying? He's felt, he's impacting the game. And I like that. That's what you need from your best player. Two really great coach teams. Two teams who just came out and fought. It was everything I expected to be, except for the lackluster scoring from Donovan Mitchell, but the others picked up for it. But this has been your boy Double J. Hopefully I can bring you more top tier matchups. I don't know if I'm going to be, talking about lower tier teams, mid tier teams. I don't know. I just want to see the best in the league go at it. So that might be my content for now. But until next time, man, you already know who I am and where I be. So until next time, man, peace.